if the city of Tacoma does in fact have similar volume of requests as Spokane and can still accommodate its firefighters, why can't the city of Spokane do the same?
So as we've looked at the totality of the situation, we've looked at considerations for safety of the public, safety of individuals in the stations and that our firefighters are working with closely, as we've looked at cost, as we've looked at availability and volume of testing, and all those different factors combined with the data that showed 25,000 hours lost already to the pandemic, just on quarantine alone, and another 2,300 hours or so lost to actual on-the-job contraction of COVID. All those things taken in totality made it that it was not the right decision to be able to accommodate on the job.
Does the city of Spokane have the resources to do as Tacoma or Spokane Valley has done to accommodate firefighters as far as funding?
We'd have to find $300,000 to $1 million annually to fund the PPE. Those were the projections. So those are things and choices you have to make. We have a very tight budget year. We've estimated over the life of the pandemic that we're north of $20 million lost in revenue for the city of Spokane. So that's not a small number. It forces you to make—
Due to what? The revenue loss?
Due to the pandemic. So due to sales tax, property tax, all those different things, the funding sources that we have, utility income, all those different things that we have. So you're forced to make tough budget choices and decisions. And so as you look at comparing all these different things, but really what it came down to, it wasn't the right choice to make. It was not the safe choice to make for the city and the community.
And then just to clarify, so the last day, I guess, can you clarify the last shift? So the proclamation made it sound like you violate the proclamation if you are practicing healthcare on 12/01 of the 19th. So could city firefighters who are choosing the option to leave in any form or fashion of those 6 accommodations, would their last shift be on Monday or would it be today? Do you know? I'm just trying to...
I believe they work 8 to 8, so their last shift would probably be Sunday, getting off Monday morning.
Is there any other changes that we anticipate over the weekend? We're coming down to the pike here with the deadline, so I don't know if there's any other changes in mind.
No, the conversations have wrapped up, and we have received from our firefighters mostly their decisions, and so we're going to honor those decisions, and we made this as flexible as possible for people to give everybody as much time as they needed to be able to get the questions answered that they needed answered, have the conversations that they needed with their providers or whomever they needed to be the trusted source of information. There is opportunity still for them to take leave, to be able to be vaccinated and not separate from service. They would, whatever choice they make, it'll be in good standing, so there's opportunity to come back as well.
I understand it takes 16 weeks or about 3 months to go through the recruitment school for firefighters. You mentioned there's a plan in place for replacement. I don't know if you can give a little bit more detail on that as far as long-term accommodating for that shortage.
Yeah, the immediate plan will be to look at staffing and how we staff stations and move people around. There'll be some probably overtime involved. There are academies in place as well for new firefighters coming on board. So we're looking at all those different things. Once the number settles a little bit more, we'll be able to know exactly how to accommodate that staffing. But come Tuesday, Wednesday next week, 911 calls will still be answered. The Spokane Fire Department will be there. They will answer the call for help, and they will provide the service that's needed.
And I understand Academy isn't supposed to start until January or February or so. So from that point, 3 months on, we'll still be waiting for those firefighters to come in. Should we be worried? I know you say we're still going to have our 911 calls answered, but should that be a concern, or how will the city cope with that shortage?
Yeah, no concern at all.